Welcome to this episode of YouTube, where I've entitled it Vegetation and Vaccinations. And we certainly have been spending our time this week getting all the wolves vaccinated. Everybody is done except Bolts needs a parvo shot. The other thing that's been taking our time is, again, trying to raise funds so we can move forward with our Wolf Care Capital campaign. And we have about half the raffle tickets sold, so we got a little over a week to sell the remaining raffle tickets. Again, that's to help support the building project. But we've also got a crowd rise going on, so if you're not interested in a canoe, but would still like to make a meaningful contribution to the wolves' lives, we do have the crowd rise on at wolf.org. We're primarily focusing on initially pond issues to make sure that we have clean, safe water, because the wolves do swim in it and drink in it. So algae control is one of those factors for us, as well as some general repairs. This pond was put in the fall of 2001 when Shadow Malik were yearlings, was when this pond was built. And so, 14 years of wear and tear. We have some filtering issues we'd like to address. We'd also like to get a little bit more shading opportunities and a little bit more rock work that can create some cooler environments for the wolves, as well as possibly even some heated rock situations for Luna. Again, Luna's got some issues with her back right leg. She's done tremendously well considering where she started from, but we always want to make sure that she's calm and comfortable. And then other things for the Crowd Rise campaign that we're looking for is as trees age. This exhibit has been here actually since 1989, and so we have some older trees that we want to make sure are safe for the fences, as well as maintained for the new building location. We're going to actually be trying to work around the landscaping and keep this vegetation as healthy as we can, and again keep the wolves as safe as we can in their environment. So those are the two campaigns that we're working on, and as you can imagine, we have to get work done before the pups arrive. Once they arrive, the focus is on the pups, not a lot of distractions. Certainly our efforts are about socializing those pups, making them feel as relaxed as possible, and as they become the newest members of the exhibit pack. So that's really what we've kind of been focused on. I don't have any vaccination video in the exhibit pack, but we are grooming quite a bit, and you can see the difference here. Bolts has a lot of hair left kind of hanging, so Bolts again is our shyest of all wolves here. He was a little bit older when we entered into the socialization process with him, so he's a little mistrusting, and so we want to take our fair share of time with him. I vaccinated him for rabies on Sunday. He's still working it out on his terms as far as vaccinations. One thing that we are seeing here is not as much prolactin, kind of the nurturing hormone influence that we typically see in other years, meaning that this cooler weather seems to be slowing down that kind of love hormone that we typically see during the summertime when everybody's very cohesive and everybody's getting along. This is more like a fall kind of, testing and romping and running, which is not a bad thing. Certainly keeps the wolves physically fit. As Aiden kind of comes by here, you'll see that the belly that Aiden typically has in the summer is gone. He's in a very good body weight right now, and he's doing quite well. But like I said, it's not quite the summertime calmness that we typically see. So usually it starts out that Denali or Bolts are chased. In this particular case, Denali seems to be picking on Luna a little bit there. So Luna's got her tail kind of low in a tucked response. She's not certainly enjoying this little episode. But like I said, it's a morning check, and mornings typically be the most active, and Aiden puts a calm end to it here as the day progresses. So we do have some vaccination footage of Grizzer. And again, Grizzer is in the pack holding area. He has got the east side, which was former Shadow Malik retirement. He's got the pack holding area that comes to the front of the exhibit, and then he's got the habitat in the back. So he's maneuvering quite a bit. So when we vaccinate the wolves, like I say, we want to have it a positive influence. We certainly don't want to restrain them. We do, for the safety of the handlers, make sure that there's somebody in the front that can control if there is a grab bite. But Grizzer does an excellent job of receiving his rabies and 5-way vaccination, and he likes the grooming that comes with it. So he's shedding quite a bit. We are seeing some shedding across his body. His neck still has a lot of hair, but that's something that we're kind of working on. The other thing is, I said, probably you may have already know that Grizzard blood work came in with a little bit of a low value for his liver function. So we're practicing and showing staff where all the lymph nodes are so we can monitor any other kind of abnormalities that may associate with him not feeling well. So he was a willing participant there, rolling over on his back. So Grizzard really likes that. Here he is standing at the pack holding area watching the lab door, so we get a lot of involvement here. The capital campaign request is actually going to take one step farther. Not only can he watch the lab door, if we can get this building accomplished, we will have a direct access door that goes from Grizzard's pack holding area vestibule right into the wolf lab. And so we won't have to be watching Grizzard from afar. We can be monitoring him closely and as his situation ages. So that's what's going on here this week at Wolf Care, and we, like I said, fundraiser is a big priority for us, making sure the wolves are healthy, trying to get these vaccinations done, trying to get the vegetation done, watching them interact, and certainly we do want to share those opportunities, and we do have a webinar coming up. The 4th of July weekend, we've actually got a Thursday night, July 2nd overnight, which is our night at the museum, Secrets of the Wolves Wolf Watch that we do first Thursday of every month to help behaviorally document what goes on here. But we're also going to float some watermelon boats in the pond. So we'll take the watermelon out. They don't care much for that, but put in quite a few treats and float them in the pond, and hopefully watch the wolves have a good time with that as part of the 4th of July celebration. So if you're interested in joining the night at the museum, check our website, and you actually, to find it, you need to go to programs and or visit and programs to be able to find the night at the museum. But the webinars are under the events and webinars tab if you want to just join from afar. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and as always, we appreciate everyone's concern for Grizzard, everyone's support of the exhibit pack, and if you haven't bought a raffle ticket, let me know. You can email me at curator@wolf.org, or you can join us in the Crowdwise campaign. And thanks again. We'll see you next week.